All right, so now I'm gonna show you how to drop the trailer properly. So what you wanna do first is you wanna roll the landing gear like a little bit off the ground. You don't want it all the way on the ground, and I'll tell you why, but let me roll it up first. All right, so you want it about, I would say, let me see. All right, I would say roll the landing gear to where it touched the ground, and then roll it back twice. And then handle it. Now, what I did is I left the landing gear off the ground a little bit. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get inside of the truck and I'm gonna dump the airbags. What that's gonna allow it to do, that's gonna make that landing gear now touch the ground. So the guy that's coming behind you, they'll never high hook because you dropped the trailer low. You don't wanna drop it too low, but you wanna drop it low. And you don't want it to make noise. If you're dropping your trailer and you hear boom, 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 that means you dropped the trailer wrong and you can eventually damage the legs and the foot on the trailer. So you want to make sure you drop it right. So now I'm going to climb inside the truck using 3 points of contact, and I'm going to lower the airbags. Here we go. All right, so now I'm gonna look at my leg and make sure I dropped it the way that I want to drop it. It should be touching the ground. It is touching the ground now. So the driver behind me will never high hook. Now, if you want to do it the old school way, I call it the old school way because now these new trucks do new things. You can go ahead and pull the lever and unlatch the jaws by just like this. You pull it out and you pull it over. Now it's not moving. That is great. I'm glad it didn't move. It's actually stuck. The reason that it's stuck, earlier I did a tug test. So the pin is in there like this. So when I did a tug test, I put pressure on the pin. So now that I'm trying to pull it, it won't pull. That's a great way to stop people from pulling your pin is by putting pressure on the fifth wheel. That way if somebody disgruntled with your company or something, they can't go under the trailer and pull the lever and make you drop your trailer when you pull off. But you always want to check the lever and make sure it's latched. Every time you stop this truck and you walk away from this truck, you want to make sure that this is hooked up because you don't want to drop a trailer on the freeway. That is the worst that can happen, and it has happened. If you haven't never seen it happen, search it on YouTube. So I'm gonna get inside the truck and I'm gonna take the pressure off of the kingpin by pulling forward a little bit. But I'm gonna keep the brakes locked on the trailer, release the brakes on the tractor, and I'm gonna pull. No matter of fact, I'm gonna back up. Since I'm forward, I need to back up to get that pressure off of that kingpin. All right, so now you see that it barely moved. I didn't even give it any gas. All I did was put it in reverse, took my foot off the brake, and it rolled backwards enough. Now watch when I go to pull the bar, it should come out really easy. There it is. All right, so if you ever can't detach from your trailer, sometimes that's the issue. But I'm gonna close it back, I'm gonna lock it back up. Because I wanna show you the new school way. The millennials drop their trailers. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna show you the new way how you drop your trailer now with these new Volvos. So hop inside. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop the trailer without pulling the bar on the outside. The new school way, the way these new trucks do things. So here we go. My air pressure is a little low, so I'm gonna just go ahead and let that build up before I proceed. All right, so to unlatch it, you have to first put it in drive. You may want to use two hands when you're doing this. It makes it a whole lot easier. So first I'm gonna unlatch it by pulling this down. That says danger around it, and it has a little lock there, an open lock. And when I did that, I was also listening so I can hear if it unlocks. Now I'm gonna hold this button down because if I let this button go now, it will latch back. So once you pull this button down, you hold this button down and then you go ahead and you release the brakes on the tractor. And then you just pull forward. All right, so it didn't let me go. So I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna take the pressure off the fifth wheel again. Set my brakes, and I'm gonna dump my airbags, because when I raised them, I think that's what made me not be able to slide from up under it. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump my airbags and take the pressure off again. Put it in drive. Unlatch it. I didn't hear it. There it go. Put it in drive and try to pull forward. There we go. Now I seen that I'm no longer hooked up. So I'm gonna just make sure my airbags are down so I don't pull from the trailer and I hear kaboom boom. Now, when I dropped the trailer, I dropped it really low so the driver behind me won't high hook. And you didn't hear me make noise. I didn't damage the legs or the foot because I didn't drop it hard. I didn't slam it on the ground. By me dumping my airbags, I pulled from up under it nice and smooth. Thanks for watching our video. Have a great day.